All right, you guys, welcome back to Open Mat Chronicles. 1865 Rod here. We're coming back at you guys. This week we got a great episode lined up. We're going to talk about something that will resonate with you guys, hopefully. But first, let me kick it over to Schaefer.
What's happening, everybody? Schaefer in the house. Yeah, this is a good one. This is this is probably near and dear to everybody's heart. Nobody's going to escape this one.
They can't. It's
Hell
going to happen
no,
to
they
everybody.
can't. It's going to happen.
So, what's the topic?
Well, we were saying, like, what kind of mental blocks hit jiu-jitsu players, right? Like, what do you do? And it's just like you hit it like a brick wall, man. We say everybody hits the wall at some point in time, and there's different kinds of blocks, right? There's different things.
I thought you were going to say there's different kinds of walls.
Well, there are different kinds of walls too, but this is a jiu-jitsu block
jiu-jitsu
wall.
block.
This is a jiu-jitsu wall.
All right.
And
Bring it back.
if you hit that wall, if you hit that block, maybe what do you do to overcome it? What do you do to get past it? What do you do to blast through it if you need to? If you want to start, go for it. Or if you want to like maybe throw a couple examples out and then we'll touch back on them, do that.
I'll throw out my example because like you were coming at it from a completely different perspective, which I thought was cool. Like mine was different. I was looking at it from like a personal, like I hit a wall basically. Like I just don't feel like I'm getting better. And I know a lot of people, that's a very normal thing, right? For
Hell
jiu-jitsu
yeah.
guys, like, man, I'm not getting any better. I'm stuck. And that's happened to me. It happens to you. It's probably going to happen to you for the rest of your jiu-jitsu journey, I think,
Right.
To a degree, to a lesser degree as you get more, proficient in the sport. But for me, it's like, I would say it happens and just don't overthink it.
For
It's
sure.
like what I think really the way to break out of it is to just not think about it and just enjoy training and just enjoy what you're doing and just keep grinding away. But if you go in there and you overanalyze it, you're trying to figure out all these new moves and you test them, it's just too much information. At least this for me, right?
Right.
Maybe there's somebody maybe you're smarter than me, right? And these guys are super analytical and they have the ability
yeah.
to do all that. Great. But I think for most people, you're already trying to process a ton of information and then you're
Right.
trying to process that in real time.
Well,
it's too much.
shit, like, I mean, when you just
Drinking out
said
of a
that,
fire
right?
hose.
What about, yeah, right? You're trying to drink out of a fire hose. If, like, Carl, man, think about him.
Oh,
You-
yeah.
You think he would just let shit go?
No.
There's no way. Like,
But now, what about the white belt version of Carl when?
no, he was
I don't know.
analytical. He was analytical from start.
Yeah, so you could be your
So,
personality.
like, yeah, I think, like, some people might be able to let it go.
Yeah.
Other people are going to obsess over it, right? They're going to be like, what do I do? What do I do? How do I change this? What can I tweak? And, if you hit those plateaus, shit, dude. I mean, I guess there's more than one way to skin a cat.
Yeah.
When I plateau, I think I do more like what you're saying. I kind of just go, just keep showing up. Just keep showing up. I mean, it'll be what it'll be, But I've seen people who do go, wait a minute, this isn't working for me. I'm going to tweak this,
Yeah.
and I'm going to run this new adjustment for the next 2 months. And then they figure some shit out, and they kind of like, what's the doors? Break on through to the other side,
yeah.
right? Like they actually pull that shit off.
Yeah. You might have to have a certain level of understanding though before you're able to do that,
Yeah, I agree. I mean,
because you won't even really know what to
at a
analyze.
white belt, you're right. Like, let's say if you don't know shit, right, and you show up and you're like, I don't feel like I'm getting any better, then I think turn your brain off and
Yeah.
just show up.
100%.
Turn your brain off. Just keep showing up. It's like that freaking stupid movie. Just keep swimming. Just keep swimming. Was it Finding Nemo? You just fucking.
You do a lot of Finding Nemo references.
I do because I mean, look, I ran a daycare for 9 fucking years, man.
Okay.
So, I've seen a lot of cartoons, Rod.
All right.
I've seen a lot of cartoons. I still watch cartoons, but you just keep moving forward. Just focus on a point in the future and just keep moving towards it. And yeah, maybe you don't feel like you're getting better, but you are, especially
Yeah.
at lower belts, right? At lower belts, you're just flopping around and you're just trying to figure shit out. Just keep moving forward and it's going to come. But what happens when you are a purple belt and you plateau? Especially, you get that purple belt purgatory and you're like, holy shit, I don't feel like I'm doing any better. Like, what do you do then?
You know what? I know that Gus used to always tell me, because like sometimes I wouldn't do the full classes. I would do part of it, At purple belt, I'm
Hell
talking,
damn,
right?
yeah.
Like at late
Show
purple
up
belt.
15 minutes late.
Yeah,
Don't
yeah,
do
yeah.
no warm
But
ups.
I will say he would tell me, he said, Rod, just start, do the full class every time. Just do the full class. Do the warm-ups, do the class, do everything. And it's a little bit more work, obviously. But you know what? I did notice my game, it definitely improved when I did
See,
that.
I
It
can
did
see that
improve.
being a mindset thing, right? It can be
Yeah.
like, hey, listen, maybe you're plateauing because you're not taking this as seriously as you should. Maybe you need to look at this like a true commitment. I'm
Yeah.
going to be the first one there. I'm going to be the last one leaving. I'm going to grind this out. I'm going to do whatever the hell the instructor's telling me to do, because more likely than not, he's looking at me. He's seeing my deficiencies.
Yeah.
A good instructor pays attention, right? You see what's working for some people, what's not working for other people, and you help them make their individual adjustments, right?
Yeah.
I mean, hell, our school's infinite jujitsu because there's infinite possibilities to how you can tweak some shit. Like when I was teaching Friday nights class, right? We had a gi class. I showed some shit that I liked, but I saw it wasn't really resonating with some people. So for them, I showed a little tweak. Somebody else, it was kind of working, but he was like, hey, man, like I'm just not getting this. So I gave him a little tweak, but it wasn't the same tweak that I gave the other person,
Yeah.
you know? And if you're doing that, it is a way to overcome those plateaus. It's a way to break through that mental block. You know what I mean? Knock that wall down.
Yeah, and I think part of going to class is just exposing yourself to more moves and more things that you don't know. You might find that one that just aligns with you. This is pretty bad that our advice is go to class. that should be normal.
I mean,
That just hit me all of a sudden. You want to get better at jujitsu? Do jujitsu.
do jujitsu, dude, because it's good advice. It's
But it's
like
true, though.
it's simple. It's the KISS method, right? Keep it simple, stupid.
Yeah.
It's like this shit is not rocket science. So for all you rocket surgeons out there, congratulations. I mean, maybe you're
Yeah.
overanalyzing this stuff, right? And you're probably awesome for that, and it works for you. But for your average guy, for the masses, turn your brain off. Just show up.
Show up.
Just go to fucking class, man.
Yeah.
Like, you're right. That is funny. That's a hell of advice. Hey, so you're not showing up and you're wondering why you're not getting better? Show the fuck up.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's pretty simple.
Roll. I would try to roll every roll if you can. That makes a big difference.
Yes.
Like when I get at least like 5 rolls and I feel pretty good, my game starts coming up.
True
You
that.
know,
And you know what? Also, there's something to be said about rolling when you start to get tired.
It's true.
Because now it takes away your explosiveness. It
True.
takes away your strength. And then all you can rely on is your technique. Maybe you're going to take some ass whoopings, which
Yeah.
you're supposed to do, especially early on. You're supposed to be getting beat up. And when you start to learn how to fight tired, you go, okay, you know what? I'm probably not going to win, but I'm going to survive. I'm going to figure out how to say, okay, I'm going to use that technique. I'm going to shrimp out. Oh, I'm going to block here. I'm going to anticipate the move he's about to do and spin under and avoid the submission. So there's a lot to be said about getting into the deep end, right? Like I said, 5, 6, 7 rolls in, you're freaking exhausted.
Oh yeah.
And you're just like,
helps.
and then you get a guy who didn't show up, like Rod back in the day. He shows up late, and he's like, "Oh, I just got here, baby. Let's do this."
Yeah.
And he's like, "What?
Yeah.
I've been rolling for the last hour. Come on, man. Come on. You got some more in you."
Yeah.
Fucking.
But there's something to be said about keeping a little gas in the tank when you got that fresh white belt coming after you.
Yes.
You don't want to get injured, right?
Well, see, that's from the other end, right? That's
Yeah.
from the higher belt end, and you're like,
Yeah.
"Holy shit, dude! Like, I just had 5, 6, 7 of the worst matches." And now you're showing up and you're all young and strong and freaking, you got all this energy and shit.
Yeah. Some guys just have energy for days, man.
They
don't.
do.
It's called youth.
Youth is cool.
It's like a superpower. You know what it really is, huh? If you
It
think about it,
is.
think of anyone. If you're like, I'd say, 19 to like 25,
Oof.
it's like a superpower compared to the average guy. Because the average guy is a 35-year-old man in America.
Yeah.
It's a 35. So you have a power over him just being youthful.
But would you trade anything to get back to that?
If I
Like,
could steal
what-
the skill I have now,
So
in
let's say you had
25-year-old
to-
body. Oh
yes.
my God, yeah.
But what would you trade? What would you trade? What would you be willing to give up to say, okay, I am now 1865 Rod and I'm 24 years
That's
old.
crazy, huh?
I'm fucking jacked. I'm fucking,
Man, don't know, dude.
I'm ready to rock and roll. What's it gonna do? Like, what would you be willing to give up?
Would you trade 10 years of your life?
No, hell no. I already said that. We talked about that shit. I'm not trading my life for any fucking. I like my life.
10 years of your life for 20 years back, dialing back the clock. So you're what old are you? 48?
Yeah.
So you're 28. So you're 28 now, but you're still gonna die at 12 years. 10
Nah,
years old.
fuck that.
You wouldn't do it. But you're gonna go out in a blaze of
I don't
glory.
want to go out in a blaze
In a
of
blaze
glory,
of
man.
glory, right?
Oh
Was that Bon Jovi?
yeah. Young Guns. That was Young Guns. Fucking who did that? Guns N' Roses.
I thought it was Bon Jovi.
Oh yes, you're right. It was Bon Jovi.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
Bon Jovi, Blaze of Glory, Young Guns, the first
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
That's
You're
good
right.
shit, yes. But no, I don't want to go out in
wouldn't do it?
Blaze of Glory. I would like to just kind of, I want to go out like Marlon Brando in The Godfather when he's playing with his grandson or his great grandson.
Okay, I'm glad you said that, Marlon Brando, because there's a couple of versions of Marlon Brando. You don't want to go out like the.
No,
the-
listen. This is the Marlon Brando from The
Okay.
Godfather.
Okay.
When he's like, he cut the orange and he puts the orange in and he's chasing his grandkid and he kind of just keels over. And then the grandkid's like, Grandpa, he's tapping him. But he went out happy, dude. He had an orange slice in his mouth and he was playing with his grandkid. That shit was awesome. I don't know, but I want to.
Life was simple back then.
It
An
was
orange
simple.
slice and a grandkid. You're happy.
Where the fuck did we just go off subject
don't
with
know.
this?
I don't
No, I don't want to go out on a blaze of glory.
Okay.
But what would I trade? What would I trade to be younger, stronger, faster, and have all this? I don't know.
And
Would you trade the security of your job? Would you be willing to
Oh,
say
yeah.
you would?
Oh yeah.
So you'd be like,
At 24, you can get any job. You're good, dude.
so
Got that energy again, right?
So
You're
you're
ready
like,
to take on
hey,
the world.
I'm willing to lose my house and
Yeah.
my car, but I'll be really good at jujitsu in younger
No,
years.
but it would help you in life. And being 24 is like a superpower. You could. That's when you are trying to start building your money, building everything right. So when
wait,
you're
but I'm not
35
necessarily saying you get to keep all your other relevant
Oh, okay.
knowledge. You don't get to be full on you,
Oh, okay.
like
It's just
everything you know. I'm just saying, you just know all your jujitsu.
Oh, just jujitsu standpoint.
Yeah, you can't be like,
Oh, okay.
I know where the stock
Going
market's
back in
going.
time,
No,
yeah.
dude,
Okay.
this ain't fucking Marty McFly. Shit. Like 24, man. I was
But 24 is great, man.
24 is good. I was cool as fuck.
Because think about it. 24, like you don't have any. There's like no fear of really getting injured.
Right.
Bro, I had no fear of getting injured when I was 24. Whatever sports I was doing, I didn't care about getting injured.
I was
Right?
doing
You
I was
just
doing
do it.
jujitsu.
You just get injured, and you
You
just
shake it
heal.
off,
You just deal
yeah.
with it. But you're not like, oh man, I got to be careful of this move, this knee slash. I don't want to pop my knee. That's not even a thought in your mind.
Right. I
at
know. I think I
24.
busted up my big toe real good around that age when I was doing jujitsu, or right after, like early on. And I was like, holy shit, dude. But yeah, but if I would have been, if I would have known this at 24,
That's crazy, man. That's where champions are built. That's why, you know.
yeah, because seriously, in order to have a black belt's knowledge at 24, you probably realistically started when you were 10.
Yeah, little kid.
You're a 10-year-old. Holy shit.
All right, so that ain't gonna happen.
Man, speak for yourself, man. I'm gonna fucking make a time machine or something.
I know it is gonna.
Fountain of Youth. Gotta go. What was that? Was that Don Quixote? Wasn't he the one looking for the Fountain of Youth?
I don't know that one.
One of them motherfuckers were out there, them conquistadors and shit, trying to find. Anyway,
Because it's funny, because like after you hit like once you hit like you're in your 30s or whatever and above, it almost becomes like it's like intersectional in a way to where, and I know it sounds weird, but it does make sense. Because go with me. So what happens is you're trying to get yourself in the best condition you can physically,
Right.
And at the same time, your jiu-jitsu as good as it can, and those paths are going to cross. It's going to meet somewhere in
Yeah.
the middle to where that's your prime. You're ever going to be. You're never going to be better than that. And then after
Really?
that, 100%. Like at some point, your physical prime,
Right.
and when that intersects with your
jiu-jitsu
jiu-jitsu
level,
technique,
whatever
as
your
high as
skill
it could be,
level is.
that's as good as you could be. You're never going to be better. You're never going to be better than because you have everything, right? So after that, you're chasing. You're probably like overcompensating on one because the other one's diminishing.
right.
And for
So
most
now,
people,
so your health might be failing
You're-
because you're paying too much attention and fighting too hard in jujitsu.
Yeah, for whatever
so
reason,
now
just
you're
getting
like
older.
you're catching injuries, you're
Yeah.
doing shit like that.
so like
or
you could work on the technique, but this physicality has gone down because you're older or what have you.
Right.
Just age. It's going to happen to everybody. Hopefully, you don't want to die
yeah,
young.
yeah.
So hopefully
Best
you
case
get
scenario,
old.
you stay around.
Best case scenario, you do get old, right? So all you can do is work on technique, and that's really all you can do. And then it makes it hard because your mobility goes down, right? You're not as flexible.
Right.
You're not as so you're trying. I don't know. We're going way
Are
outside.
you like just letting all the air out of people's balloons right now?
No, man, because look, you can still train. You can still be good for a long time. Look, I'm an older guy and I can still train.
Yeah.
So that hasn't happened to me yet. I haven't it's definitely my game is down from when I was younger.
Okay.
But-
you think?
I think
Dude,
my technique is better now, but
Okay,
I was way
fair.
tougher back then.
Okay. Understood. Damn,
You know
you're
what I
right.
mean?
So I see what you're saying with the.
Yeah. Like I think if I was even at blue belt, like the physicality I had at blue belt, if I knew what I knew now, I'd be pretty good.
Yeah,
man.
you'd be a
I'd be
monster. I mean, you're a
pretty good,
monster
dude.
now,
But
but
I would roll really hard back
Holy
then. That's why they
shit.
call me freaking microwave.
microwave.
Right? They don't
'cause
really
you
call me
fucking
that.
you cook motherfuckers quick.
Now they call me, I don't know what's outdoor grill that has me. Oh, Weber.
What's that shit?
Beat up Weber grill.
The fucking green egg.
Yeah.
The old Weber grill.
Yeah, old Weber grill.
That's
No,
awesome.
But okay, so hitting a wall.
Hitting
So-
the wall.
Okay, so what's
Damn, that's
another?
one
I got
wall.
one. I got one for you. And this one. Actually, this is yours. Nah, I shouldn't say it because that was yours.
Oh wait, here I'll fucking
Go ahead.
if it's the one I'm thinking about,
Yeah.
it's when you're running up against somebody where like the old Rocky movie, you can't win. Like
They
that
got
one,
your number.
They got your fucking number,
Yeah.
dude. So
That sucks, dude.
That sucks. Yo, that sucks, and I think a lot of motherfuckers got my number. Like they really did.
got my number, too.
But it's only because I'm such an open. No, I'm not even going to say it's only because that. I would say partially it is because I'm an open book. If I get you with something or if I avoid something, I'll show you immediately how to
Exactly,
either
that's how- yeah.
catch me with it
You're
next
right.
time
You're right.
or avoid me doing it to you next time.
Yeah.
And when you're doing that with people who are much lower belts, well, that means now some
They
of
know
your
it.
best shit, you can't
Yeah.
even get them with it anymore, right?
Or if you can get it, but then you have to hit it so hard and so
And
quick,
that's
and it's like,
bullshit.
and I'm not going to do
Right,
that
I'm
because
not
then
gonna
it's
do
like
that. I'm not
you're
gonna do that.
competing at that point.
Right.
So
Let's say we're rolling at 70%. That's our magic number, right?
Yeah.
We're at 70%. Everybody's just a chill. It's more than a leisurely roll, but it's
Yes.
not a competition fight.
Correct.
Right. So if I'm doing that, I will start with this mental block. I have never, not one fucking time, ever tapped John Hassett. I've never, ever, ever caught my instructor.
that's
right.
okay.
And
So that's different. You're taking. That's
well, because
people-
okay, but there's a couple things to that, right? Because I don't know if yes, he's got my number too, but I know what you're saying. You're saying let's speak about a guy just that you roll
just
with
can't
normally.
get him, yeah.
Okay, we'll go there and then I'll come back
Okay.
to Hassett, right? So let's say you got a guy, he's a brown belt, you're a black belt, but for whatever reason, every time you go up, it's at best a stalemate.
Yeah.
Or more likely than not, 7 out of 10 times he catches you.
Yeah.
You're like, holy shit, why? Why is this guy getting me, right? And there may be a bunch of reasons. Maybe he's younger, maybe he's
just
stronger,
better.
maybe he's just better. I mean, he's just better. But then what's crazy is
Somebody's gotta be better.
But you'll see the guy that you catches
you're
him.
right. You're right.
Right? And you're like, why? So he just has your number. It's just something about the way you roll.
The way that
he
you guys
sees
interact.
it.
Yeah.
He anticipates it. Something's going on that's allowing him to catch you, right? So when you have that guy, your mental block sometimes is, I don't even fucking want to roll with him. It's like, I know if I roll with him, I'm just going to get beat up. I know if I roll with him, fuck, it's going to be 5 minutes of me trying my best and then still coming up short.
Exactly.
It's the Kobayashi Maru for all you nerds out there. It's
That's a good one.
it's a Star Trek thing. It's the
unsolvable.
one. It's the unbeatable
Oh, yeah.
fucking test, right? It's like
It's pretty good.
you're there, you're going to fight, and you're going to lose.
Yeah.
How do you handle that? How do you check your fucking ego and go, hell yeah, I'm still going to roll with this guy, and I'm going to give it my best at 70% because I'm not going to jump up to 100% while he's at 70%. Just so I can say, I got him.
Yeah.
I fucking evened the score. No,
Yeah.
we're playing it straight. It's rough, dude. It's rough because there are some
them all.
people. You know who fucking had my number a lot of times?
Who's that?
Fucking Rex.
Oh yeah.
Like we would go
Yeah.
back and forth,
He's
and I would
tough,
say,
though. Rex is
remember,
tough.
yeah, he's super tough.
Yeah, he's
and remember, I said before, like one of us would always hurt the other
Yeah.
because we would start to ramp it up until we're going at 100%.
Exactly.
And so I don't know, maybe he was thinking the same thing I was thinking.
You know, Rex will injure you, dude.
Yeah, Rex has injured me.
And he's like the nicest guy. Like, oh, I feel so
Super nice.
bad.
But
Your
I
arm's
know-
dangling by a thread.
But I've injured Rex, right? And I don't know if it's just I couldn't control my ego. I mean, I guess that's what it is. I couldn't control my ego. I didn't want to lose, but then I'm like, we're in fucking practice. Can you lose in practice? Damn. Like, what do you do? What do you do when you run up against a guy who's just got your fucking number?
I just accept that it's probably gonna be a stalemate. I usually just roll to not lose, not get tapped. I'll turn into that, you know. There's guys that are like that. You know, I just try to, okay, well, it's going to be a stalemate this time. I don't try to aggressively go for stuff because, like, if they know my game, a lot of my game is, like, you know, I do a lot of knee bars and
Right.
stuff, you know, heel hooks, stuff like that. You have to kind of shoot sometimes for them. You know, some of those spinning knee bars, you got to hit those hard, dude. You can't just, like,
In order to
I'm gonna
actually
go
get it.
70% of this knee bar. Now, you could do that the first time, right? You kind of just, you know, play around a little bit. But after that, man, there's a little opening. There's a little microsecond opening.
Yeah.
You better hit that Ken Shamrock knee bar. Spin around his head, dude.
Hell yeah.
You got to, and then
you gotta rip it off.
and so then if you're rolling and then you do that, it's like, dude, you're being a douchebag if you're doing that all of a sudden. Like, really?
Agreed.
Like, how do you go from 70% to try to do a freaking Frank Shamrock knee bar on me?
See,
Like,
and then
are you serious?
And then that requires you to now come out of
So I
your
just
game.
like,
now.
yeah, I'm just not, exactly. I like,
and that's
I'm
fucked
not gonna
up
get
too.
it. But it is
Damn.
what it is. You know what I mean?
It is. I agree.
It's not that important to get that knee bar.
It's
there.
right. It's not worth hurting my partner over. It's not worth. Like what we say, your training partners, most important people you're ever going to come across in jiu-jitsu.
Or even if you don't hurt him, because you're probably not going to hurt him on it. But it's just, I think it's just bad sportsmanship. It's like, dang, dude, I thought we were just chilling. Now all of a sudden you're going all crazy, like, and then he's going to go crazy.
Right.
Then now you're fighting, and then next time you see him, oh, we got you. You know, we got each
And
other.
then
All
you're
right.
like me and Rex, and you're
It's like
fucking
that every
somebody's
time.
getting hurt
So
every time.
you kind of create that problem for yourself, and then you don't have any good people to roll with at a moderate pace anymore. And see, that's one thing. Being older, those rolls where there's guys out there that roll with me and we kind of flow. That's
Right.
valuable, dude.
Yeah.
That is super valuable as an older guy. I'm telling you, man.
That
Because
makes
you can
sense.
always crank it up. There's always going to be some young cat in there that's like, come on, let's go. man."
Right.
Right. But it's harder to find a guy that will chill.
That's very true.
That has technique too.
Right.
You know? They don't like Big Michael. He
I
can't
was
catch
just
me.
about to say,
Yeah,
Mike.
he catches
dude,
me with
right?
technique. He doesn't need to crank it up.
He's so solid,
Yeah,
dude.
he is solid, dude.
He's like I rolled with him Wednesday, I guess. Maybe Wednesday, or was it Friday?
Friday.
It was
'cause I
Friday. Yeah, I
it was
rolled with him Friday
I
too.
rolled with him Friday too.
I don't know, all my days are like just blending the fuck together, man. But yeah, good roll.
Yeah, he's
Just
good.
Freaking good roll. And then you know who else? Nick.
Oh, Nick
The
is
brown
tough.
belt dude. He's like
Nick goes after it though.
he goes after it.
Yeah, he goes
but,
after it more.
But it's okay to keep pace with him,
Yeah.
right? So and maybe you're not doing 70, maybe you're doing 80, 85
Yeah,
with him.
yeah.
But it's okay because
he's
he's
a good
there,
roll.
you're there.
Very technical.
He allows you know
Yes.
he's there where you can speed it up a little bit. Like one of my old things was, I don't know if you remember this, like when I came here, I was a brown belt, and aggression was tamped down until I put my mouthpiece in. I used to fight with this fucking mouthpiece, and when I threw that son of a bitch in, I was like, oh, we're really about to go.
Yeah,
It's like there was no 70%.
That's it.
We doing at least 90.
Yeah.
We're gonna go. We're gonna go balls to the wall, right? And dude, I have not put that mouthpiece in at least 5
Oh
years.
my god, I wear mine all the time.
And I mean, I like my teeth too, man.
Yeah.
I'm
I like my teeth.
hell yeah, my teeth is. But I haven't put it in because I purposely slow down enough that even if some weird shit's about to happen, think about how I fight, right? I block my face.
Yeah.
I make sure that I'm not going to take a shot to the mouth, and I'm not going to bite my tongue going crazy because I kind of chill.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, if you've got that guy who's got your number.
But usually they're at least your level or above, so it doesn't really
Yeah.
matter. It's just like it's like
yeah,
my
yeah.
counterpart. You know, it's just a fun roll.
Usually it's your level or above. However,
Sometimes it can be.
However,
good
there's sometimes when you're like, no, I'm a bad motherfucker. I know I got this, right? And then you go against a guy who's like a white belt, blue belt, purple belt, and it might not be everything that he can get you with, but a certain move, something that works really well against everybody else, he's got you beat on it.
Yeah.
I'll give you an example.
Give me an example.
Dude, there's this little move, right? I'm working. Guy will get the fucking side mount. Cool. He'll reach over. I'll trap the arm. And it's just a simple, like, it's almost like a hip toss from the ground, right? Get everybody with it, right? As soon as they're off balance a little bit, zoop, they're gone. Well, we got one guy, freaking Jake. I'll hit him, boom, and I'll get the throw. But somehow he locks in and he kind of like doesn't get my back, but he's damn near on my back.
Oh, he's not. Yeah, he's not quite aware.
He just doesn't go all the way over.
Yeah, yeah.
And he kind of locks in and gets my back. And I'm like, holy shit. And I mean, every time I do it.
Really?
Every time.
He sees you coming. Huh?
He sees me from a mile away. Friday. Damn, everything happened this Friday. Rolled with him this Friday.
Wait, you said James?
Jake.
Oh, Jake.
Jake.
Oh, Jake. Big Jake.
Yeah.
Jake.
Dude, so.
Oh, yeah, he's pretty good. He got his blue belt, right?
Yeah, he's really freaking
Yeah.
good. And that's the thing, right? Blue belt. I'm like, what the fuck?
He's a big dude, too.
He's a big dude, but I don't care. I'm like, I should be able to do this.
Yeah.
Hit him with it the other day, and same shit, right? He's damn near on my back. And I was like, you know what? I was like, not today, Satan. I held him down, man. I like just laid on my side, and I'm like, let me figure this shit out. I almost stalemated. I almost like stalled the whole freaking fight because I needed to figure this shit out, right? So I'm holding him in place. I'm just not letting him move. I'm like, nope. You're not moving, dude. I got to figure out why you're where you're at on me, right? And I finally did, and I figured it, and I kind of shifted. And I'm like, yeah, motherfucker. I got the mount, and I was like, okay, cool. But I don't know that I'll be able to do that again immediately.
He's pretty good.
He's freaking good.
I'd like to see him in Cornbread.
Oh, that's old school.
That'd be a
That'd
good
be
fight.
nice. That'd be nice. Damn. So that's our guy who's kind of got your number, and he can catch you, right? So here, back to the Hassett one. Or actually, wait, you got something? Wait.
No, I'm good.
If I go back to the Hassett one, right? He did maybe some of that same Jedi mind trick shit that I like to try to do. He beat you up so much and so bad for so long
You don't
that
think
you got this mental block, and you're like,
Yeah.
maybe I just can't beat this guy.
Yeah.
I remember I rolled with Hassett, man, and I was like, fuck it. I'm going to get this, right? I'm winning. I'm going to win in practice. Right? And I'm going. And, dude, I think he still ended up either catching me or we stalemated. And if it was a stalemate, I honestly don't remember. If it was a stalemate, fuck yeah. But if it wasn't, maybe I got caught and I just wiped that from my memory. I busted the side of his shit up so bad. His face, dude. He had, like, it's from his ear all the way across his cheek to his nose. It looked like somebody was just like hitting him with a fucking
one of
with
those
a
slap
meat,
contests?
with a slap contest. I was about to say like a meat tenderizer.
Oh my God.
Just dude. And I was like, "Hey John, sorry about that, man." I was like, you got a little something on your face right here. He was like, what? I was like, not so much here, but more like here on your face.
But here's a weird thought. Okay, what if you never knew John, never met him, right? But so you're at Infinite right now. John Hassett walks in. It's just, I'm here to train for the day, and you roll with him.
Then I think
Who wins? That's what I'm saying. Not necessarily who wins, but it'll be a different role, though,
it
right?
would be a different role. I would.
None of that respect. I mean, respect as a grappler, but you
Right.
wouldn't be looking up to him as like you're
So
the guy that
I
gave
think
his
I think
belt.
part of respect also sometimes comes with intimidation,
Facts.
right? Like, what do you say? Is it better to be loved or feared?
Yeah.
Fear, because fear lasts longer. You know what I mean? Like, part of respecting someone oftentimes is you have a slight bit of fear.
Yeah.
You're like, damn, this could go badly for me, right? That's not the only kind of respect, but I'm saying like physical
I understand what
respect,
you're saying,
right? I don't mean like I respect that you were blah 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 and you were a politician and you did that. No, I'm saying like physical respect,
Yeah.
where you can stand across from someone and go, "Holy shit, you're probably really dangerous," right? I'm like, I'm fucking dangerous, but I think you're dangerous too, and that respect of going, this guy could probably fuck me up if I do anything wrong. Like if I'm not perfect, this could go badly for me, right? That's a little bit of fear. You know,
It's kind of fun rolling with people that you don't know.
yeah,
You know, that's
for
the
sure,
cool thing
right?
about it. So
yeah, because it gets your adrenaline
Yeah,
going.
you know,
It gives you
I don't
that,
know this
that-
guy. I don't know what he's going to
right.
do.
It's that fight or flight response,
Yeah.
right? And then the question is, are you a fighter or are you a runner?
Yeah.
Right? And you know that's for any individual to determine. But like, damn, dude. So this is why I use this philosophy when training the kids classes and all those other ones. Take this with a grain of salt. I don't literally mean it, but that's why you go beat those kids' ass,
yeah.
man. When you get somebody
Trying
new-
to imprint on them.
hell yeah.
Mental block.
I gotta whoop these little son bitches early because they're going to be monsters later, right? And I don't mean literally the kids class. Even though my boy John Battle, I used to try to beat him up. John Hassett's brother, Jimmy Hassett. Shout out to Jimmy because I know he just opened up a school out in I want to say Mount Laurel or Marlton. I might go check that out when I fly out to Jersey. He was this little pudgy kid, and he was like 12, 13, 14 years old. And, you know, we grown-ass men.
Yeah.
But he was in the class, and we used to beat the dog shit out of Jimmy Hassett, right? And Jimmy got
I
his
think
black
you
belt before me.
showed me a picture of this dude.
Oh, yeah. He's
Yeah.
a monster.
Yeah, yeah.
He's a monster, right? But he trained his ass off. Like, he took his beatings, right? He took some beatings when he was younger. And we tried to imprint on him. Yeah, that shit didn't work. I think all we did was piss him off.
He
dude.
remembered.
He remembered.
remember.
I can remember taking a lot of beatings from Jimmy Hassett also. And I'm like, damn, dude. But he's I mean, look, he lived at a freaking jiu-jitsu school. So it's like, he better get better. But I try to beat people up early so that they go, oh, man, I don't know if we can keep up with Schaefer,
So
man.
self-doubt. Okay, so going on that note,
Gotta plant the
self-doubt.
seeds. Gotta plant the seeds and sprinkle it in there.
You do Bill Cosby.
Hell yeah.
Salt Bay Cosby.
Hell yeah, the Salt Bay. Hell yeah.
No, but-
Sprinkle it.
So going on self-doubt a little bit. Okay, so and
Okay.
this might be good timing because we just had promotions. We got a lot of new belts. We got some blues, purple, browns, blacks. So it's very common to, like, you get your belt. Man, am I really that good, dude? Am I really this belt? Like, for some people, I would imagine they might be like, yeah, I'm like, I should have got it a year ago. But for a lot of people, I think the majority of people, it's going to be, man, am I really this? I think that's common. When I talk to people, I hear that more. I know that's how I was when I got
Yeah.
like every belt. I'm like, I don't really feel like this. It takes you a little while to grow into it.
Absolutely.
I don't know. What are your thoughts on that? Is that
I think you're 100% on the money with that. You talk about fucking roadblocks, mental blocks.
yeah.
Yo, people getting promoted and going, holy shit, why did you do this to me?
Yeah, it's like it's all good before you get the belt. Then you get the belt. Oh my God, I'm wearing this Target now.
Why did you do this to
Yeah.
me, Professor? Like, oh, wise one.
Let me
What
ask you-
made you think that I should be wearing this purple belt?
So it's normal then. I would say it's normal to feel the need to grow into your belt. Would you say?
I think so. I think if I had to guess, and this is a guess, I would say
Lying. They'd be
most
like,
people.
I ain't growing nothing,
yeah,
man.
right.
I was like, I own that belt,
Exactly, right? I would say that most people
Yeah.
do grow into their belt,
baby. Yeah.
but there are people,
Some are.
but they usually are getting sandbagged.
Okay.
See, I think if you get your belt,
Especially if it's like a
difference.
surprise. If it's a
Yeah.
surprise you don't even know you're getting, then all of a sudden, oh, I get my purple belt. Like,
There
oh,
are so many differences of opinion here, right?
I know.
Because Hickson said one time that if you get your blue belt, you have everything you need to be a black belt. It's just a matter of sharpening everything up. Whereas I totally disagree.
Yeah, because that's blue belt's an entry level belt in my
Well,
opinion.
that's what I say. He feels differently.
Yeah, he's on that
Right.
old school.
Yeah, and I'm like, but remember, it used to only go to blue belt.
It was blue belt
right?
was black.
It
belt.
went to blue belt.
Yeah.
But I'm like, that's not how it is anymore.
Not anymore,
And now I don't want
no.
to sound like those kind of guys, right? Because I do like to hold on to tradition, but
That's a
I
little
think
excessive.
blue belt is I think blue belt is still you're still learning. You're not
What'd you
you
say?
don't know everything and you're just sharpening that blue belt. I think you're still learning that blue belt.
Oh, you're learning. Like, you know the basic moves, right? The basic positions.
his
you can
belief-
apply those on an untrained guy, regardless.
That's
of
what
size.
I say.
Regardless of
that's
size.
where I'm at, right?
Yeah,
That's
and
where I'm
I
at.
would go along with that. I would go along with that.
But
So I don't care if
they're like, nah, man. If you're a blue belt, you should be good enough to be a black belt as soon as you just refine what you know, and you can be a black belt.
hardcore.
That's fucking
then
hardcore.
that means that purple and brown are useless belts.
Well, that's your revision, your refinement time.
Yes.
But I mean, like, right?
Yeah, I don't like that.
I don't like that either.
That doesn't sound right.
Holler at me.
Because
Wait. Holler at me, Hickson, man. Let's talk about this. You know. So
you could roll with the purple belt and roll with the blue belt,
And you
it's,
can
it's
usually
nine,
feel the
it's,
difference.
It's
Yeah.
a difference. There's a difference.
So, shit. Okay. I think people need to grow into their belts, right? And
I was going to ask you something about that.
oh wait. Oh yeah. Go ahead. Ask me now, and then I'll come back to it. Go.
Okay, so because I was on this. So how long do you think it takes to grow into your belt on average? You get your blue belt day one. Man, I thought I was I'm still a white belt.
1/3 of the time that you would spend at that belt.
That's actually pretty close.
See,
okay,
that was
so
good, boy.
that's actually
I
I
just
don't know.
pulled that right out of my ass,
That's-
Ryan.
see,
That was
gonna say-
amazing.
I was going to say 6 months, but that's probably about right. But I would say in about 6 months, you kind of.
Well, I wouldn't even say
Kinda-
the reason I'm saying it wouldn't be like a month thing, but more of a time in grade thing. Because remember, blue belt, you're not going to sit there as long as you are in or purple
Correct,
belt.
correct.
So I'm saying, like, if you get your blue belt, and let's say you hold on to it for 3 years or 2 years, let's say 2 years, right?
Okay.
Well, it's not going to take you necessarily 6 months. Maybe it'll take you 9 months to really
grow
to
into it.
own that belt and begin progressing again,
Yeah.
right? At purple belt, you might sit there for 4 years. Well, maybe you'll hold it for a year and a half before you're really
Yeah.
into that belt and start progressing in that belt, right? And brown, it might be similar to purple. Black belt, well, that's a terminal belt, so you better figure that shit out.
Figure it out.
You got the rest of your life to figure out.
Yeah,
black
but
belt.
honestly, like just being fully transparent, I think I felt comfortable with my black belt after the first year.
Yeah.
I felt like
Well,
the first
and-
year I was
and
still
would say
questioning it. You know what I mean? Like,
black belt and brown belt, kind of similar.
yeah. I'd always like roll with the other black belts, see how I do. But then after like the first year of teaching and all that
Yeah,
too,
you realize you're like,
yeah, I get it.
these motherfuckers aren't magic.
Yeah,
Listen, man.
people are going to
when I
be
say
tougher than you, and
Black
people are not
belt
going
or
to be
no,
tougher. than you.
jujitsu feels like magic, but it's
Yeah.
not.
And there's always guys that are like, maybe they're a higher belt, but they're just you could just beat them up, or
Yeah.
vice versa. They could beat you up. But like,
Absolutely.
that's the person's game. The individual game is not necessarily
Yep.
a reflection of your, I guess, proficiency in jiu-jitsu.
Agreed.
Right.
Because your black belt is no blacker than my black belt is no
I see what
blacker
you're
than Hickson's black belt.
Yeah.
And that's a weird thing for people to freaking
know.
to,
When
to,
you really
to
think
put
about
their
it,
heads
it's crazy,
around,
huh?
right? Like I remember Joe Rogan used to always say, like when you're watching the UFC, he's like, "Hey, there's black belts and then there's black belts," and a lot of people say that. A lot of people say that, right? And I remember watching, oh shit, who was he fighting? It was our guy Tim Carpenter. Remember I told you the Big Tim sweep?
Oh,
Which
yeah,
is the
yeah,
modified
yeah.
flower sweep. So he was in an MMA fight. He's in the cage, and he was fighting some Gracie, right? Gracie, blah, 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 whoever fucking Gracie, right? Because there's like a million guys from Gracie. So the announcers were like, oh, well, we got this guy, Tim Carpenter. He's from, Team Balance out of Philly, blah, 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 blah. He's like, oh, but he's fighting such and such Gracie. And he's like, listen, he's from Brazil.
He's a real.
Yeah, he's a real jiu-jitsu black
Yeah.
belt, right? He's like, because there's black belts and then there's black belts. And then Tim commenced to whooping his ass,
Nice.
right?
Nice.
And they were like, oh, I guess this guy's legit. It's like, well, yeah, man. You can't judge like that, right?
Exactly.
It is honestly about the individual.
Oh,
You
yeah.
can't say, well, he's from here. He's from AOJ, so he has to have the best black belt.
Yeah.
Well, he's from this place, and he's from... No, dude. It's still an individual sport.
Facts.
You know what I mean, it's still. Who you say that belt only protects 2 inches of your ass, right? It's like you can't say I got my belt from him, tie it on, and now you're the shit. No,
Yeah.
it doesn't work that way. You got to be the shit because you're proving it.
That's true.
And so yeah, the black belt's a black belt's a black belt. There are levels to black belt, but when you get it, you got it, right? And yes, you got to grow into it. And some of us will grow deeper into it than others. You know,
You got the rest of your life to grow into.
yeah,
There's no hurry.
and you're not necessarily going to be, the king of the world. It's like maybe you're going to be a really good hobbyist, and you'll be able to teach this stuff at a local school,
Yeah.
and you'll share the art that way, and that's good enough. You know what I mean? But you're still a black belt,
Exactly.
right? So growing into that belt, if you're an earlier belt, you're a blue belt. Like I said, maybe takes you 6 months, 8 months, 6, 7 months, whatever.
Yeah.
And it'll start to click, and you'll be like, oh, okay, I get it. I'm not as fearful, because I think the fear comes from, what if these white belts catch me now?
Exactly. Yeah, you're right.
He just gave me this blue belt.
Yeah.
What if all the white belts all of a sudden they can just beat me up?
And that's like, that's in your own head. That doesn't happen. You know what I mean? They're not going to beat you up. That just doesn't happen.
Totally.
Because
in
you
your
have
own
more skill. That's why you got the belt. You just have to be confident in the fact that you got that belt for a reason. And again, too, what happens is sometimes is that I think it's like you can still be able to beat these guys going 75%.
Hell
right?
yeah.
You don't have to go 100% to beat them.
Not at all.
You shouldn't have to.
Not at all. Because you've gotten there. You've crossed that threshold. You're
like, and they get you. Maybe you go with a tough purple belt. Maybe he catches you. Yeah, he's going freaking 100%. He might catch you. There's no way this guy's going to go 75% and beat the average black belt. It shouldn't happen.
Right.
Can he beat you? Yeah, he can beat you maybe.
But then again, his 75 might be the black belt's 100, because he's 25 years old. He's a D1 wrestler.
Yeah.
He's freaking jacked and tanned. He's got everything going on for him. And man, they just got your number. It is what it is.
Because usually I notice, like, if I get caught by like a let's say maybe there's a lower belt that catch me, because we train all the time.
Hell yeah.
They're going 100%, dude. They're going hard. Right? They're going hard, dude. But then when it's a black belt that catches me, it's like,
it's just chill.
They just
it's
chill.
usually
They just like
we
they just catch
I'm like,
you. Oh man, you caught me, dude. That was slick. You caught me.
I slipped up.
Not like
I missed something.
Yeah.
Or you did some shit I never saw. And
yeah,
I'm
like that was slick, dude.
That was nice.
Yeah.
That was nice.
They pass your guard with just finesse, not just like
They
like
don't
going
have to
so fast,
bully, right.
like jumping all over the place, or like doing these weird, body locking you as hard as like,
hell yeah.
I'm gonna
It's like,
pass
I
her,
will break you.
die.
I will break you.
Yeah. And you're like, all right, dude, you get past. Go
Yeah,
ahead,
I
bro.
know.
It's
Sometimes
not
you
that
gotta
serious,
you
bro.
gotta put your legs down. You're like,
Yeah.
all right, man, go ahead. I'm like, this is ridiculous. You're really gonna break my spine.
And I'm not saying that for every scenario, but I'm just saying
No.
for the most part, I see that happens. If I do
It does.
happen, they're going harder than I would be going.
Absolutely. And
Which
and
it
that's
should be.
okay.
That's part of their game,
right. Because they just haven't gotten there.
Yeah.
Because maybe they're either looking to get that next leg up, that next promotion, or maybe they just got the belt and they're like, holy shit, I gotta prove it. Yes. I gotta prove that it was not a mistake.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And I'm not mad at them. I'm not mad at anybody for anything.
I accept it. I get it.
Dude.
It's
Part of the game.
Yeah.
It's part of the game, and it's a lovely game. I love this shit.
And then you learn their game too. You're like, oh yeah, it'll never happen again. You catch it like, okay, cool,
Right.
I got your number.
And that's
goes both ways.
where, yeah, see that part right there, that's where you kind of flip and you go, there's still a difference between me and you, man. It's like, I got you. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
I'm like, I see where you're coming from. I see what you're doing. You're gonna kick it up a little bit.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna ride the wave. Okay. Oh, yeah, you got me today. You got me a couple of times. And I go, I'll see you next week, right?
Yeah.
Next week, pop, pop. You're like, okay, cool. I know where this is going.
Yeah.
I know where this is going. Yep, little block here.
Yeah.
Up, look, little shrimp
Little
here.
adjustment, you already know,
Oh,
yeah.
there's that sweep because I felt you were off
Yep.
balance just a little bit because I saw you do it to so many other people,
Yeah.
and I felt you try it against me a couple times. I got it.
Facts.
You can no longer do this move against me.
Yeah.
Not to be funny,
What?
you used to hit me with that backstep fucking knee bar.
I hit everybody with that backstep.
Right,
I
right.
I stopped doing it. I hit
Well,
it so much.
You hit it, and I was just like, yeah, you ain't going to get that shit on me anymore, dude. I was like, no. I was like, I get it. I was like, that shit is good, Rod. I was like, that shit is good. You called me like a bunch of times with it. And then it clicked. I'm like, never again.
I know. I don't even try anymore. I'm like, nah, everybody in this school knows I do that. I gotta stop.
Right,
that.
I know. It's
I'll
like,
just stop
fuck it.
backstepping.
But you know what?
I gotta bring it back. I'm gonna
You should bring it back
I'm
because
bringing the
there's
backstep
a
back.
whole new batch of
You're right that
motherfuckers
they don't know what
that
it is.
don't know it.
That's right.
It's brand new.
I'm bringing that. I'm bringing my Frank Shamrock knee bar back.
Oh, shit. You gonna
Those
wild
two.
out?
Because I haven't done them in years.
I agree. Do it.
Make it new again.
Make it new again. Hell, fuck yeah. And then there's like, oh my God, what's the shit that I used to do on this guy? So, I mean, wrist locks, I always do wrist locks to everybody. I've been hitting people with the belly down knee bar. I only gave that to some of the new brown belts because I was like, oh shit.
You did a whole class to white belt showing that knee bar the other day, you
I
liar.
just showed it to him. I showed it to him, but I didn't do it to him.
Okay.
You know, so these.
Don't forget
it. Don't forget. They're overwhelmed. But I'm like, oh,
That's a
I'm
hard one to
going
get.
after.
It's like you have to be lined up perfectly.
Well, so not really.
think it
There's
is. I
there's
struggle
some
with it.
slick entries to that.
I know.
There's some slick entries to that. Even if you go with a butterfly guard pass, pin the one leg,
Yeah.
slide up super high with your other
That one,
leg,
yeah.
hook it, and then boom, you hit this. Oh, dude,
Or you
there's-
do it like the old school sweep.
Old school is where I
Yeah.
would prefer to get it,
Yeah.
but even out of position, there's a lot of ways you can hit that move, man. It's cool. We'll work on that shit. But that damn backstep you used to hit me with, I was like, yeah, no more. And then I was going to, here's what I was going to say. I remember early on, Gus hit me with a freaking arm crush from guard, right? I'm going,
he
doing
likes
something,
those. Yeah, he
boom,
likes
and
those.
he got it. And I was like,
he likes
oh, okay. And I think he maybe got me I'll even say 3, maybe 2 or 3 times
Yeah.
over a month or 2, right? And I looked him dead in his face, and I was like, you are never going to get that on me again. And that was at least 7 years ago.
Oh my god, it's pretty good.
Never fucking again, dude.
That's pretty good.
And then what happened? Fucking Trevor got it on me.
Oh man, that's his game too. That's right.
Yeah. But I was like, never again.
Trevor's,
Gus.
you can't stop though. That's a hard
I know, and that was, and it's
Here's
funny.
your arm is just, like,
So,
taken.
You
It's
know
just
why
gone.
Trevor did it? Because I was telling him the story about never
Oh, and
fucking.
that's
I was
something
like,
he would do.
I said Gus will never fucking
something
get
he
that on
would
me
do.
again. And Trevor was like, oh yeah, arm crush.
That's so.
I was like, you suck, dude. But he fucking got it. He got it. And it's funny, we used to call that arm crush the Meg Larice, but we would do it from knee on the belly. It's just a straight arm lock, you know. It's fucking awesome. I love it. Maybe I think I'll teach that. Wait, you're teaching Wednesday, right? You're doing no.
I got this Wednesday.
All right, you're doing no gi.
Yeah.
So what else? Are there any other roadblocks? Oh wait, before we even do that,
Okay.
let me give a shout out to my little baby daughter, who bought me this hat for Father's Day. It says "awesome like my daughter," and I'm very awesome, just like my daughter. And so yeah, there we go. CJ, check this out.
Shout out to CJ.
Oh, all right. So anyway, what else you got going on?
Okay, so I think we covered that. Like we really didn't give a whole lot of advice, but we put a little perspective on things. I believe, right?
Dude, listen, everything, we can't solve the fucking
Yeah.
world's problems all the time, Rod. Sometimes they
Exactly.
just gotta listen to us fucking prattle on like old freaking cat ladies and shit.
Okay, I got a question for you. We
Yes,
were
sir.
talking about this earlier. Totally different subject,
Okay.
but okay, and maybe you guys put it in the comments because I want to know: is it traditional for most schools to do the gauntlet at black belt? Like I was always told that when you get a black belt, there is no gauntlet. Like if anything, you walk through, you got the black belt up, and you just walk through, and everybody's like, it's like. What's the Star Trek when you got the Klingons going through
Yeah,
the
the pain
stick,
stick.
but they don't do the pain stick, so they just like it's all respect.
Yeah.
like, he just
They're
goes
like,
through.
oh,
Yeah,
he did
just
that
goes through.
shit.
So what is like that's but see sometimes you do the black belt.
I
gauntlet.
Worf of the
What do you
House
think?
of Mog.
What's your experience here with that?
Huh.
I know we
don't
gauntlet our guys up.
believe-
They just want Gus want to beat everybody up. Like Gus, I don't think we're supposed to be doing black belt gauntlets.
Ah, fuck it. I don't
You
know.
just start
So, because that's just funny. I think I've seen videos where black belts have gotten fucking smacked up too. I can say over at Hassett's we stopped. Remember, I told you before. I don't ever remember.
Wait, you stopped at black belt, or you just stopped doing it altogether?
We stopped all gauntlets.
Oh,
I don't remember ever seeing a black belt go through the gauntlet, and I'm gonna actually have to call Johnny and ask him that one because I'm interested.
I'd be
right?
curious. Yeah, if you guys know, throw in the comments.
Yeah.
Like if
So
you're,
does your school smack up black belts in the gauntlet? Do you even do the gauntlet anymore?
oh, that's true. Yeah.
So we stopped the gauntlet because, hey man, sometimes you get a little overzealous and, sometimes people get smacked in the balls. Sometimes they get smacked in the face, and that was all bad. We had a gauntlet and a hockey game broke out.
Yeah. Did you go through the gauntlet?
Yeah, like once or
just
twice. But then it stopped.
Oh, see, okay, that's
Let
interesting.
me see, white, blue, purple. Yeah, it stopped it when I got purple.
Oh, it
that was
did?
it. So I never went for the brown, and if it was for black, I never went through that.
Like, okay, so I went through it at blue belt. Obviously, like I had to because this is when Trevor. The whole school was there. I'm like,
Okay,
no,
right,
you
right.
can't get- There was no getting out of it. You're a white belt. There is no getting out of it. So I went through it at blue belt. But then at purple belt, I was like, I ain't doing this, dude. I left early. I ain't doing purple. I
Yeah,
don't care,
so-
dude. I ain't getting whipped, dude. I'm bringing
Dude,
back
and
some
that's another thing,
memories,
right?
man.
Yeah, it's an
Slave
1865
memories, man.
rod. Shit.
Can't be whipping a black man. So So I left it. But now here's the thing,
I
though.
ain't beat with that
Funny
bullshit.
thing is, I did do it at brown belt, though. I did it.
Did you?
100% did it. I remember I was like, oh, Wakanda forever. They were with me. You know why? Because David Henson was asking me. He's like, Rod, dude. And I'm like, all right, Henson, I'll do it.
Funny.
He's like, good job, Rod. I'm glad you did it. And
Yeah.
I'm like, it ain't that big of a deal.
But then
dude.
black belt, you
But
didn't,
black belt,
right?
I didn't do. I'm like, no, man, I'm not going to go through black belt.
Right.
Black belt, dude, I ain't running.
Black belt.
So I did two
I
of
don't
them.
know, dude.
Full disclosure.
Yo,
But I did dip out on purpose.
legit,
I'll admit
everybody,
that one, bro. I dipped
like,
out.
that's a good one. Let us know if you still do the gauntlet. Let us know if your school does it. Let us know your personal opinions on the gauntlet. Is it something that you think is overrated, outdated, or is it something that you're like excited to do? You just like being a masochist and getting smacked up, or do you like being a sadist and hitting other people? I don't know, you know. Or wait, do I have that backwards? Which one's like getting hurt?
Sadist is hurting people. Right?
Sadist, you want to hurt people.
Yeah.
Masochist, you want to
wanna
get
be
hurt.
hurt.
There you go.
But here's a funny thing. Like, I don't take part in the gauntlet. Like, I don't whip others. It's just not my thing. So,
Right.
like, I'm not going to not do it. But then, I'm going to get my belt and whip people. So, I didn't do the whipping, and I didn't, either way, I
So
don't take part
if
in
you'll
it.
notice,
It's not my thing.
our last promotion,
Yeah.
I stood there, and I
You're giving them little baby taps.
Thank you. I barely
Yeah.
even touched them with the belt.
Yeah.
But I do it because if they do want it, right? If they're the freaking masochist, if they want to
Yeah.
get smacked, they're like, hurt me, daddy. I'm like, oh, shit, calm down, motherfucker,
Yeah,
right?
they take it part in
I'm
their
like,
little
take it
fantasy.
easy, right? Take it easy. I at least want to still be there because some people might be thinking, oh, man, I want all the black belts to participate and beat me. I'm like, oh, all right. So I just go with a nice light tap.
Yeah, that's all good.
Just a light tap, just so I made contact.
Is it going out of style, you think? The
I
gauntlet?
don't think it's going out of style.
Maybe
No,
not.
I do not. I do not think it's going out of style. I've watched so many YouTube videos.
Oh, and they're still doing
and
it.
they're
Okay, so it's all
smacking
good.
motherfuckers up, man.
All right.
So yeah, let
So-
us know. Let us know if you're
If your
freaking-
school does it and if they do it to black belts. That's
and you
what I
don't have
wanna
to
know.
fucking say your school. Just
Yeah.
say, hey, oh yeah, my school still beats the dog shit out of people. Cool.
Yeah.
Interesting. That's a
All right,
good
man.
one. That's a good one. So I think we've pretty much covered it. Look, we weren't really here to answer any questions on this one. This is just some shit we were talking
we
about.
told them to train more.
Okay, you're right.
We told them to go to class.
Go to class. Stop being a
That was
lazy
all right.
bastard. Go to class. All right, true that.
That was
True,
mind-blowing
true.
advice.
That was solid, dude. You're right. We should have charged. We could have charged them for that
Yeah.
fucking advice. That was good.
This should have been a Patreon video. Sign up to my Patreon.
Yeah, right.
We'll tell you to go to school.
Sign up to my OnlyFans so you can get more advice like this.
No, but I think we're good, right? We covered everything.
Yes. We
Okay.
covered everything.
Oh, yeah.
Everything that was possibly possible to be covered about jiu-jitsu was
It's
covered
covered
in this
in
episode.
this episode right here.
Hell damn yeah.
No, but on that note, I think we pretty much did. We gave our perspective, and I think a lot of it does make sense. Hopefully, some of that stuff will resonate with you guys.
Right.
I was pretty transparent with how it affected me and how I felt about it. And like I'm always gonna try to be real,
Yeah.
100%, man. Like I'll keep it real. Like what I say, I got my little Walmart shirt. Yo, dude, I don't want to go complain, but I saw this shirt on Amazon. It was like $20, and they wanted 3 weeks to deliver it because I'm too cheap to get Amazon Prime. So I
hear
went to
ya.
Walmart at $4.98, dude, $5. I got 3 of them. So that's how
That's a nice
transparent I
shirt.
am.
That's a nice shirt.
It's not
too.
a bad shirt. And you know what, too?
No, dude, it's a really nice
probably
shirt.
gonna last me a couple years.
Absolutely. It's worth $5.
And like I could roll in it, whatever. I'll ruin it. Who
Damn
cares?
right.
It's
Who
$5,
cares?
dude.
$5.
Yeah.
Hey,
So
look,
anyway,
I get most of my shit from Walmart.
nothing wrong. That's why they exist, right?
Damn
For
right.
people like me that are cheap.
You're
No,
not cheap. You're frugal.
I'm frugal. I'm
You're
frugal. I'm frugal.
Thank you.
No, but
yes.
all kidding aside, getting back to jiu-jitsu though,
Yes.
seriously, guys, if you're in a rut, just I would say just grind through it. There's no way. Just like if you're lifting weights, sometimes you're gonna feel like you're in a rut, right? But you don't go in the mirror every day. Oh, my biceps a little bit bigger. Like you just work around it. You just keep training, put your head down, and then you come back 6 months later. Oh, I'm looking pretty shredded or whatever it is, right?
Yeah.
And the next thing is like, don't be in a hurry. Like, why is everybody in such a hurry? Like, I gotta get good. I gotta get good so fast. Like, dude, just chill. Like, just
Yeah.
trust me. Trust me on this one, man. You want to enjoy the time that you have right now at that belt. It'll never come back again.
Enjoy the journey.
It's like rushing through your 20s.
Right.
Like, and it's funny though. People do. They want to rush.
They
out.
do.
I
They
can't
want
wait
to do
till I'm
so
old.
much. Yeah.
Then when you're old, I wish I was young.
Well,
That's weird. Huh?
we always point out that, listen, more likely than not, you're going to be a black belt longer than you were all of your other belts
all of your training.
combined.
Yep. Facts.
Combined, you're going to be like, I've been a black belt for the last 18 years.
Exactly.
I was every other belt for 10 years. You know, it's like,
So just
can't
chill.
get it
Don't
back,
enjoy
yeah.
it. Enjoy the journey. That's
enjoy
really
the
what it's
fucking
all
ride.
about.
Enjoy the ride.
Enjoy the ride, man. Hit the like, definitely hit the like, hit the subscribe, share it, do a comment. Definitely, we want to get comments on those questions we asked about the black belts and
Hell
all
yeah.
that. I'm really curious to see how that plays out.
Hell yeah.
You got anything else, Schaefer? Are we good?
Yeah, we gotta make sure you do that shit for the Al Gore
The
rhythm.
Al Gore, yeah, the Al-
Dude,
that's
whoever
really good.
wrote that
That was
shit,
funny.
that was funny as fuck, dude.
Because he did invent the internet.
He said, "Fucking
Al
algorithm,
Gore's rhythm."
The Al Gore's rhythm." I was like, "That shit was funny, dude. That was good." Nah, man, just look, friggin' train. You'll get through your plateau.
Yep.
Maybe you're gonna. Maybe it will be more of an analytical thing. Maybe you gotta fucking map it out and buy a jujitsu journal. I know some people with jujitsu
Yeah.
journals, and it works really well for them, right? If that's the case, cool. You know yourself, right? You should, and figure it out. Figure out what you need to do just to keep moving you forward as long as you continue to move forward. It's okay if you feel like your shit plateaued.
Yep.
Just don't quit. Don't quit. Don't go, fuck this shit, I'm out. I'm not learning, so why even do it? Don't do that. Don't be that guy. Don't be that gal. Show up, grind through that shit if you need to. Think through that shit if you're a nerd. Think through it, right? Because if it's important to you, you'll find a way. And if it's not, you'll find an excuse. Don't find an excuse. Don't be a fucking slacker. Jiu-jitsu it's too much fun to
Do it.
quit, right? Do it. It's too much fun to quit. So if you think you've quit jiu-jitsu, here's the beauty. You didn't really quit. You just took a pause, man. All you got to
true,
do
'cause
is
you
show the
you will
fuck
be
back
back.
up.
You
Just
will-
show back up to class. And guess what? You didn't quit. You took a hiatus.
Take a little break. You'll be back because it's in your blood,
Yeah,
dude.
it's in your blood. It's in your
All right,
blood.
guys, I think we're good, man.
That's it.
Check it out. We'll see you guys next week. And that's it. Puss.
Us.
Pretty good discussion.
Absolutely. Everybody loves our advice. It's like, what's your advice, guys?
Train.
Ah, it's fucking train. I don't know. Do whatever the fuck you want.
Oh my God, it's 83.
It's hot as fuck in here, dude.
But it's still
No,
working
it's
because
not
cold.
broke. It's 1,000,000 degrees outside.
Okay, because look, it's legitimately
Yes.
cold air. So it's
It is
working.
1,000,000 degrees, dude. There's nothing.
It just can't fight it.
It
It's just too
can't
much.
beat the heat.
Yeah, it's just too much. 'Cause especially right now, it's almost 5. This is the hottest time.
Yeah,
of
dude,
day.
it's hot as fuck. It's fuck yeah. It's hot as fucking Satan's piss. Satan's balls. Hot, hot, hot. Hell yeah. Stop recording.
Man, I really think I might be crooked still. I was looking at it.
What?
Yeah, I think it's crooked.
Sit back down, dude. You're not fucking
Yeah, but
crooked.
it's like you can't. I don't think you can tell there until
I
you do
can
the
tell.
video.
What are you talking about? I'm looking. Look at this shit.
Are you sure?
I mean,
Because I'm looking at this and it looks.
look at this.
I am, but it's,
Fuck that. Look at this.
it looked straight last time though.
Look, no, it did not.
It
When
didn't?
I just adjusted this shit.
Oh, it was crooked?
This shit was fucking
Oh,
tilted
okay.
like this.
Okay.
This is straight. This is what you will see.
And also, like that picture behind you looks crooked a little bit.
Behind me. No, it doesn't. You just fixed that like 2 episodes
But
ago.
look at you right there. The picture doesn't look like it's leaning a little bit.
No. Look.
It looks like it's leaning to me.
No, the fuck it doesn't.
Watch.
What are
It
you
looks
ta-
like.
oh my God. Are you really about to mess with this
No, no,
picture
it should-
again?
It looks like it's leaning like.
Rod, you
What?
fixed this shit.
Watch.
Oh my God.
It looks like. Wait, it should be.
Rod.
Let me look at it now. Hold on.
look,
curious.
look. You can see right from where you're at. Here, I'll sit right in front of it.
That looks pretty good.
Oh, you fixed it?
I'll see you when the video comes out. Yeah, it's cute.
Just-
It's bugging me.
Yo. You're wildin'. Well, thanks for fixing it, Rod.
Got you, man.
All right.
Do it live!
Do it live. All right. Let's do
Cecil
this
B.
shit.
DeMille.
Hell damn yeah.
Do you remember
Old
that?
school. Fuck yeah.
It was cold, man. I think we had some of those videos. We had jackets on it here. I don't think we had a heater. Had like a parka on.
Right? Hell yeah. Fucking rocking sweats and hoodies
Yeah.
and fucking hats and shit. Hell yeah. All right. I'm ready.
Okay, I'm ready.